Creating doesn't come from swiping up and down on TikTok. Creating comes from pure heart and passion. And one thing I've noticed, over the years is in today's world we live in, everything is driven by social media and followers and everything that's surrounded by a social media presence. And I'm not saying social media is a bad thing, but because it does give you quite a bit of exposure, it gives you an outlet so you can actually market yourself and build a brand and stuff. And the world we live in today, everyone continues to follow each other and they continue to do the things that other people are doing as far as creating clothing brands, knowing a lot of these kids don't have a passion for creating clothing. They're doing it for the dollars. They're doing it because they want to fit in, or they want to make as much money as they possibly can. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's really nothing wrong with that. But one thing I do see, and one thing I really pay attention to, is how much people have evolved when it comes to social media. They stick with algorithms. They stick with just even more than algorithms. They stick with a lot of things. They continue to go on this path of, let's chase validation from other people versus let me be my authentic self. And one thing I've worked on over the years is being my authentic self. I remember the first time I ever picked up a camera to record and shoot YouTube videos, and I had no idea you can upload videos to YouTube. But that day when I figured out how to do it, and I knew that you can do that, I was just made for it. I figured out I had something that I really loved doing, and I did it for fun. Fast forward throughout the years, I remember when I got my very first camera on Christmas. I remember it vividly. It was a camera that I got. It was a Nikon point and shoot, and I loved every second of it. From there, I've just continued on to collect my cameras and have this passion for creating art. And it's been a wild journey to honestly see, because now that I'm 19 years old, seeing how far I came with everything I've created over the years is pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. And just me being interested in movies and stuff has also been a wild ride too. I remember my very first time that, I'm going to the movies when I was younger, and damn, I gotta breathe. And just looking at the atmosphere of the movie theater and the cinema and everything that's around me, and the smell, and looking at the movie posters and the loud noise when you go into the movie theater is something I've always, that's always sparked interest in me. And ever since then, I've been connected with that, and it has never left me. So the point I'm trying to make here is that you don't have to create to just create as in like you follow other people. You don't have to do that. You don't have to create because other people are creating. But in the world of social media, lots of people want to just create because they see other people doing it, and eventually it is going to drain you. Eventually it is. And over time, what would you want your future to look like as far as what you love to do? Focus on what you like and love to do. And lots of people really don't find themselves saying that thing that they love to do because they're really stuck in this whole outlet of social media. And social media has ran people away from being their authentic true self and being the real version of you. And that comes from a lot of things from childhood. That comes from a lot of things from just loving this one thing. And it just surprises me how much impact this, let alone TikTok, has made on these people out here. And especially the younger generation, the kids, they follow these creators and think, oh yeah, that's something I want to do, but is it really something you want to do? I've been inspired by so many creators just like you guys in this generation, but the difference is that it's pure authenticity. It's pure, I want to create because I love creating, instead of just I want to do it because the other person is doing it. It's pure emotion. It's pure feeling. Even when I do my other things as far as create music, electronic dance music, and make my short films, it's pure feeling. It's bigger than just making things. It's a feeling that you have inside, and lots of people have lost that. Lots of people have lost that feeling inside where they just want to create for the love of it, and they do it for validation. They do it just to get the next dollar, and of course we all need to get paid, we all need to make our money, but it just surprises me how much people that are out there that don't really want to create for the love of it and really come together and let's just create something awesome. Let's create something big. I was listening to Under Pressure by Queen. And it just surprises me how much creativity that band has and how much rock and roll has changed over the years. I was listening to Under Pressure, and that song it's a very, very powerful song. It's a very interesting song. It's a very giving song, and it's one of those songs that I will always to continue to remember because of the lyrics and of the way it sounds and the way it makes you feel. Like it's way bigger than just listening to it. It's just that feeling. And it just surprises me how much things have changed over the years and what has happened to people creating art for the love of it, or just, not following other people. Lots of people think that today that rock and roll is controlled by like some satanic devil something. That's what a lot of these, especially the younger generation. I was on Facebook the other day, and I seen this music venue I've been following for let's say like about 2 years, two to 3 years now. And I read their bio, and the first thing that they say is this devilish, crazy, scary stuff, and that's not where rock and roll came from. The history of the whole genres came from stuff like that, but in today's world, like, a lot of the kids don't understand the history. They don't understand what they're doing. They don't understand the feeling of the message. It's not just some evil stuff that just popped up out of nowhere. Does that stuff exist? Yes, but that's not the case. That's not always the case, and a lot of these kids don't get that because they're too drowned by social media, and they're lost, and they don't have any sort of form of identity. So they want to chase something, and they want to just draw this and draw that and chase this and do that, and it's crazy, and it becomes a spiral and chain link reaction, and everyone just starts to follow each other just because they think it's cool. And that's just my take on it. I don't know, and I'm not here to hate on anybody, but that's just what I see in the world of creating art today.